Well, it's Saturday and I have no idea what to code. So what do we do then? Well, luckily we have this. Because I would like to prefer to save these Sundays for the Primrose project. And I have a lot of games in my backlog to work on. I decided to instead leave it to luck to decide which one we work on today on stream. I've got quite a varied list here. First we have a game we worked before, Blanca Mágica, the platformer. Then we have Grave Survivor. This one was a project I started working recently. That borrows assets from another game. That one's more of a side-scroller, side-view survivor clone, which isn't very common to see. Usually it's top down. Then we have this Renpai 2 Godot project. This one, it's a project I saw on itch.io that was originally in Renpai. That one I made it in the older version of Godot, the version 3. So this time we will make it from scratch on version 4. Then we have by the Bonfire. This one, surprising no one, it's an RPG. That one also will be a conversion from version 3 to 4. So that's most of the work already done. And lastly, we have a virus panel. This one was me learning how to make a match-free game. And also this will be a 3 to 4 conversion. So most of the projects are already done, just need to be converted to a new version of the engine and work on from that. I think only one will be brand new, well except the Grave Survivor one, that one is already in version 4. And Blanca Mágica, those two are already in the latest engine. So yeah, there's quite a varied list of choices to pick. But anyway, let's see what we work on today. And there we have it. It's gonna be Grave Survivor. Okay, in that case, now I forgot to change something. And I also need to change this. Okay, so what is Grave Survivor then? Well, the other one is a project, let me find the link. Where are you? Here. This is a game made by Hardbeast. It's a side-scroller, but it was pretty basic with its mechanics. So since he gave the assets for everyone to use, I decided to remake it with my own code and add some, I guess, maybe roguelike or survival-like mechanics to make it more entertaining. So basically what we have is we have a side view plane, and the player will be a skeleton in this case. that can use a sword to attack. And just like any survival clone, we have enemies spawning from the sides that the player has to attack to earn points and level up. So also we have a life bar and an experience bar and a timer. Now I have been showing on Twitter some videos of how it's been looking so far, and I have the basic steam machine for the player that they can move, roll, and do some basic attacks. Hey guys, yeah, sorry. Wait, I think I can show it again. Wait, give me a second. If I can find it. Now where is it? I think it was this one. Yeah. So this is the build that we had earlier. And I was explaining what was each project and how much more we have to do on each one. So first we have this project here, Blanca Magica. It's the platformer I was working last year. Then we have Great Survivor, which is a project made by someone else that I was making on my own and adding some survivor like mechanics. Then we have this project that I found on RenPy for an RPG framework that had already started working back when I was using the version 3 of the engine. I would have made it from scratch on the new version of the engine. Then we have an RPG that I will convert to the new version of Godot. And the same for this project, which is a match-free type of puzzle game. So we had quite a variety of genres to work with. But after splitting the wheel, we ended up on the survivor clone, side view survivor clone. And as I posted before, this is the link to the original game. Which was pretty basic side-scrolling action game, but I have been reworking it with my own code. Actually, I posted a couple of videos with it, but I had only the basic here. I had only the basic steam machine for the player. So today we will probably continue working on that and maybe adding 1 or 2 enemies to see if they work well. Now the thing with making a kind of game inside view is that how do you sell the idea that it's somewhat infinitely scrolling like you will do in a top-down survival clone. Well, one idea that I had was that the whole game will be actually first you have where the player spawns, but in reality there will be 5 different segments of the whole game area that the player will scroll to. And to be able to let the player move infinitely in one direction, as soon as they move to the next one, the game will move the section to our empty space, so the player can continuously move. So technically it's not infinite, but the player can infinitely, if he, wait, what's the word? Well, it can move endlessly direction. And the same with the enemies, they will stay in the segment. Yeah, the map will loop. So there will be no hard barriers on the sides. And aside from that, well, you have the basic attack. And also I was looking to add some sort of skill system. So for on Watson they will do the attack, but with another button they will do the special moves that they can also upgrade. Around the arena? Yeah, but the thing is the assets already have. Luckily, I already have assets to use, which are in a cemetery. So to keep consistency with the original files, I will use that. I will show you in a bit once I finish putting this down. So they will have a button for attack, a button to roll, and one for special move, which, to give it even more variety, depending of your input, up, down, or to the side, they will have a different special move. No, I didn't pick the setting because that's already set by the original game. It's the one I put there on the link. Okay, so we have this, then the things I want to make for the map was kind of radar. Something that I think it was in, what was the name? Odin Sphere, where you have this kind of radial map with the player in the center, and then the enemies will show up on the sides, and then move in attendance to the position on the map here too. Something like that. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I would like to work on today. Now to open the project. Okay, so here's what we have so far. So it's pretty much what I was showing on Twitter the past couple of weeks. We have this basic player that can move. He can also roll. And he can do a basic free combo. And to help me keep track of what was missing, I installed this to-do plugin to keep track of tasks. Now what else do we need to do? I think it was the gas animation. So let's quickly start with that, make a new state forecasting. Now here it is. Now this one for now we not do anything because we have yet to make a whole skill casting system. But for now we could just let the player play the animation for the moment. And this one I think will be pretty simple. Because it's pretty much a video when we attack. First, if the player can attack, then we disable its movement and input control. And then we play the animation, and once it's finished, it'll go back to idle. And now as we have the input key, we can call it on either idle or while moving. And I think that's all we need to add the cast state. I forgot to add a reference to the player. There we go. Now, later on when we add these skills, at the peak of this animation, it's when if you use a special ability, which I still haven't decided how many they will be or what kind of they will do. Okay, now we have some basics. I think now we should start working on some hitboxes with the prayer and the attacks. And for that, we need to look up some references in other projects. So let me find them. The absorb hitback effect. Yeah, it would be fun, but that worked because it was a platformer and there were many enemies on screen. So imagine that having that kind of knockback on this type of game will be maybe a bit too annoying, don't you think? Because if you hit an enemy and you had to wait like 2 or 3 seconds to be able to move back every time, that will be very fun to play, right? Especially since there will be plenty of enemies always moving towards you. Okay, let's see where the hitbox is made here. Okay, let's make some new components. We got the damage, it's per value for every hitbox, so we can edit later on code. And we connect when an enemy enters the area of the hitbox to indicate that they connected with somebody or something. Because technically, these hitboxes will not detect the enemies themselves, only the hitboxes, which means we need a signal to indicate that. So we create a signal for that. Alright, I still didn't create it. Maybe I need to make that first. Now the herbots by itself will not do much. It will only be an area to be able to be detected by other hitboxes. to send the signal that the god hits. Then the entity itself will decide what to do when the heartbot sends a signal that the god hits. So in the end, these components will not have any logic for handling damage received or anything like that. That's the job for the entity that will use the components. This will only tell, hey, I got hit, do something with that. That's pretty much its job. And here we say get children because we could have more than one collision component for these heartbots. It could be composed by some rectangles all over the entity. So that's for covering that case. So if it's not any of these collisions that we care about, then we skip them. That's to be sure that we can call the disable property of the collision to false. And once we're done with that, we send a signal. And actually we don't. I guess we do that somewhere else. Okay, now we go back to these components. And here when we take the heartbots, here's where we emit that signal. So first we skip if it's not the heartbots, so we don't care about it. And the same if the heartbot was already activated. So once we pass those two filters, then we can get the signal that the collision was made. Okay, we have the components ready, so now we can make them. Now to add the hitboxes to the sword attacks, we could make them in two different ways. Either we already create them here on the player, and we move them and enable them as we need them, or we can instantiate them when we need them. So we create them, we set the position, and the hitbox is already enabled, so we don't have to control that. So for example, here in the first attack, right on the first frame, we will create the hitbox. And let's see which frame here we will destroy it. And since we already have a current attack variable to save which attack the player is using, we could use that to decide which hitbox to instantiate and where to place it. Now ideally, we will leave the distortion of the hitbox to the hitbox itself, because the hitbox will not be able to destroy itself. We will give it a timer, and once it runs out, it will destroy itself. But since the attack speed could be changed with upgrades during the game, it will be better to leave that control to the player itself. At least that's what I would like to implement here in this game. So to test that, we add this so that we can call functions from the animation player. And let's create the hitboxes actually. Now where will that go? Let's name it like this and save it there. And now here's where we will take some, actually we don't need to make sure, we can just create a shape here. So let's say it could be like this. And now we move this to these components, and here we have the shape. Now this is how we will instantiate it when we call it from here, and then destroy. So we probably need to save also that hitbox. This is in case the player gets hit when it's attacking, so we destroy it when it goes to the hit state. Synchro enemies go. The thing about that is that I don't think there's enemies that can fit the description. Okay, we have the boss, we have this crow. Yeah, I'm working on limited resources here. I'm trying to use what is already there to give it its own spin. So actually I think there's only 3 enemies. Yeah, this is mostly just a kind of experimental to see if I can pull off this kind of plan that I drew before. Because on top here, this whole gameplay loop, I already made it. What I'm most curious about trying to see if I can make is the directional casting and the whole map looping. I will say that's the challenge for this project. Maybe if I find some sprites that fit the aesthetic of the game, maybe I could add the type of enemy. But that's for much further in the future once we have all of the basic features here working. Now this will be a hitbox component. And here's the function that we call from the animation player to add and remove the hitboxes. Now, if the current track is null, then we will not do anything. And the same with the remove hitbox. If it's null, then we don't do anything. Alright, I forgot the if. Now, thank you for the follow. Never mind. I have been a while since I saw one of those accounts. Okay, now for this. Let's say components. We write like this so that the current tag will be added to the file name, and then it can create any of the free hitboxes. So now once it's instantiated, then we add it to the player. And here on the remove hitbox, we say give free. And I think that's all. So here we add the hitbox, and here we remove it. Now one last thing is to set its position. Actually, it should be in its position. Actually, we multiply it, depending if the player is looking at the left or the right. And the information was, I think it was in the move input controller. No, not velocity, it was probably move input. Yeah, here, on the last direction. And to see that it's been positioned correctly, we enable the position shapes. Okay, so far nothing is different. So if I attack, no, wait, it's saying no. Okay, so the function is getting called, okay. We have the current stack. Then where's the problem? Let's try for now just the basic attack. Hardcode it like this. Let's see if we instantiate that. Okay, that seems to work. So why was it not working when I changed it like this? Ah, I see. It was an enemy. Now this should work, yeah. But it's still not getting set on the correct direction. I see. It's position is always at 0. That's why. So I need to set position of the collision shape instead. In that case, great, perfect. Now that is working. And now we can easily make the same for the other attacks. So we can just duplicate this. Yeah, like that. The thing I have to change later is the collision layers, so it's set if it's a player or an enemy. But we will check that once we have an actual enemy to work with. Now the second attack should work just the same. That is if I add the script call to the animation. Okay, hopefully this will be an easier way to create hitboxes for attacks for a more complex and action-oriented game in the future. And now for the last attack. And so he will be much shorter in height, but I think he needs a longer hitbox. Now, how long should this one last? Maybe just 1 frame or 2? 1, 2. Yeah, here should be destroyed. Okay, and that should be all the basic attacks. Now we could start working on the hit state, just for testing purposes before we add an actual enemy. Now this one should be pretty simple. It will block all of the movement from the player, both inputs and velocity, and instead we will pretty much work like the roll state, where we give it an impulse to the player and after its time it will return the control. So let's see if I already have the animation. No. So we'll have to make that. And luckily it's just 1 frame, so we won't do much animation wise. Cast, yeah, it will just the sprite. But it looks a bit offset from the rest of the animations. Because if you look at the head and the torso, little bit offset to the right. So that's something that we have to fix. So I have to open it in iSprites. Now let's see by how much do we have to change this. So the eye is just to the right, this eye. Or we should follow the torso instead. Yeah, this looks much better. So it's gonna be 5 to the left. It is much better. Now, as we said before, this state will behave pretty much like the roll state. So we'll take the code here and only use what we will need. Second exact, but it will be the hit animation. Now later when we add life and all of those stats, it will check if the player will die or not. But for now, it will go back to default idle state. Okay, so as soon as it enters, it should destroy any hitbox if it has any active. We'll move that to get animation. Now here's the problem. How do we tell it which direction to get knocked back? Shouldn't this have a variable for that? Since the enemy could also be knocked back, might as well, right? Okay, so the component here, which leads instruction, and maybe we could make the hidden animation be how much the knockback will last. So you could say 0.2. Direction times its speed. Are right here on its stats component. Okay, I think that's enough of logic to make it work. But for debugging purposes, we will add a key to hit the player on purpose. And where should we add this? Alright, first we have to create the state. And here, just for debugging, is where we press the key to hit the player on purpose. First, we have to set the knockback direction. Which will be the opposite of its last direction that the player is facing. So should we move input? But in the opposite direction and 0. And now we have to force this state. But how do we do that? Maybe like this. Okay, let's see if this trick works. Okay, it seems to work. And if I get hit while attacking, the hitbox should also be destroyed. Let's see, that's visible. Yeah. And same if I roll. Actually, this one's funny because the roll is still happening. But there is that one mark because the player cannot get hit while rolling. Maybe instead of knockback direction should be knockback force. Because if this is depending on the breaker speed, as you get more upgrades, the knockback will be higher. Because instead what we want is to knockback depend on the attack itself. So should change like this. And it should work the same, yeah. And if you use raw speed, then it will get knocked back even further. And I think I can add some coloring to the sprites. Yeah, that's much better. Disable the hit, yeah. And now we have all of the base states and the exact states. Which means that is what? I guess now we could add a testing enemy. So we'll say, let's see. Let's make it the best enemy to use a reference for the rest of the enemies. And just like the player, we have a sprite, animation player to animate. And a collision for the floor. And now we have to start worrying about collision layers, which are down here, I think. Yeah. So we have one for the wall, one for the player, and for the enemy. Actually, we also have some for the hitboxes. So this one will be on the player layer and we interact with the world. Maybe also the limit just to check that it will collide. So now if I add this enemy, let's see if it will interact as we expected with the player. Yep. It's not letting us pass through. Now what else should we have? Maybe we could make an instance of the enemy so that we don't put all of the code here. So let me get it here. And here so we can make all of the animations. But for now, let's just make it a static enemy that will only react to getting hit. I see, of course I have to being able to edit them anywhere. Okay, now for repair, I don't think we need to add anything else. The knight, however, will need the hitbox component. I mean the herbots. Which will be just slightly bigger than the collision of the enemy itself. And this collision here, we will give it the layer enemy headbots. So now I have to go back to these components and give them the correct collision layer, I think. Yeah. Actually, no, they don't need to know that. All they do is the mask, as in which layer to eject, like this. And now with those changes, we go to the enemy. Actually, it should have the component here. Because all of them will have the herbots. Now we make the script for the enemy. Now, should the enemy have its own state machine as well? Because the logic should probably not be as complex. So probably not, I will say. At best, we'll just make a script for every type of enemy and program its AI there. So for now, a function for this. Or we could use the components direction to calculate the knockback. Oh shit, hey Kanye, thanks for the raid. Welcome everyone. We were just programming how to make an enemy get hit. Before I forget. So you were playing Animal Crossing today, right? I remember seeing that. That's why the voting won. Now for this, I will need its velocity as well. Oh yeah, today I spin a wheel to decide which project I will work on, and the result was this. A type of side-scrolling survivor's clone. And I was just finished making the basic stakes for the player. And because of that, I started working on the enemy to be able to attack it and such. But yeah, thanks for the raid. Again. Now the enemy has the component, it just needs to do something with that. I guess they will need a more component as well. Wait, it has lyrics. And now we have more components. Alright, we have to set the speed. Alright, let's have to set the knockback direction. Now, was it the direction from the hitbox to the enemy or the other way around? No, this will only give us a normalize, so we need to give it an impulse. I guess 15 just for testing purposes. And its velocity will be the knockback force. Also, we'll play the animation. Which we don't have here. Because it's here. And I think I'm missing something else, because I'm sure we have to re-enable the heartbots once it gets hit. Yeah, here. So when it gets hurt, then we disable the components. Here we set it to true so that it won't get hit more than once per frame, and once all of this done, then we can hit it again. And I watch it crash immediately because I forgot something. And actually it's doing nothing. Did I forget something? Should enter the collision. Let me check the reference to see what I forgot. Okay, the airports is correct. Thank you for stopping by and for the trade. Have a nice rest of your day. Keyboards here is the same. Now here is the issue. So the layering should be correct. Then was he not colliding? Could it be that I'm not connecting the signals correctly? No, wait. Because this is getting limited. So it's not even entering. Wait, I know why. I was instancing the wrong enemy. It was this one. Okay, so if I hit the enemy, and it's still getting hit by the burst is still getting applied. And I will try that again. Okay, that seems to work. So if we can disable this. And one last thing is to let's make a variable for this. This, and here we flip the sprite depending on the direction. I guess we need to reference to that soon. Let's make another one on the other side for testing. and see if that works. So now if I hit this one, that should be the other way around. This one shouldn't change the direction, it will, but this one should flip. Great, we have the basic hitbox working. That's quite good progress. One more thing I would like to add is to make it so that the rolling will let it go through the enemies. And for that we have the layers here. All we have to do is change the player's collision shape to not detect the enemies. And we do that, let's see where, here. Here's where it is. No, wait, where was it? Because I need to change this value here on mask. Mask value. Layer 3 to false. And then when we exit the state, state exit. Or maybe we can enable it here. Okay, so now we move it, we can pass through, but if we roll, there we go. Okay, that's quite a good progress we have so far in less than 2 hours. So I guess now would be a good time to take a small break, a couple of minutes, and then if we come back, we can start working on maybe some stats for the player and the enemies to have some life points and something like that. But we'll see. First, let me leave you with some music. Okay, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I think that was a really old project that unfortunately I had to scrap from my library. There were some issues with the artist, so I had to stop development of that. So yeah, until further notice, that consider that one dead, unfortunately. And actually, I think one of the demos you saw on the videos, one of those were the RPG that was on the wheel today. So yeah, maybe in another chance you will get to see it being worked on. But leaving that aside, now we can have to focus on this project. Because we have a player that can attack, we have an enemy that can receive attacks. Now we need to make it somewhat smarter and being able to be destroyed. So for that, we have to add a stats component. This stats component will need to have a life component as well. At least I think it was on the stat, yeah. We will add it here. So we'll say match life. Like that. And the enemy, no, maybe the entity we have a life component. Now for the enemy, we got a reference here too. Maybe for now we just make it so that when your life is lower than 0, we will destroy the instance. Nothing too complicated. Okay, so when it's ready, we say the life is equal to the match life of the stat component. Alright, we will need to add the variable here. Which will probably not be as complicated as this because I don't think it will have a modifier. Oh, actually, maybe it will later on when we add some kind of difficulty curve to make the enemies move faster, have more life, and all of that. So in the case, it probably will need something like this. Just that. I just need to add this entry here too as a list. So this whole process of adding it to the base, to the modifier, and making its own get function, we've got to repeat that process for every step that we make later on. Which might not be ideal to do because it's kind of a boring process, but having it this way will make being able to get the values much easier to do outside of the component. So that's the benefit to that. Alright, so delete this because we already know that it's working. Now we have much life here. Okay, like that. And here is where we check the life. So here's true, here we reduce the life by the keyboard's damage. So if life is bigger than 0, then we do this. Otherwise, we destroy the enemy. Now I think the enemies only have 1 HP, so if I hit it once, yeah. So now let's try giving some more life. And let's try with 5. So now we need more than a full combo. Like that. You know what? Let's make it so that its base time I think is 2. Okay, perfect. Now why are these errors? Are going defer method? Now where is this happening? So wherever I'm setting that collision disable to false or true, it's what is happening. So let's try to find that. Not here. This has to be where? That's weird because it should be able to get this Okay, so the head matches with the center. Okay, so it's 20 to the right. Then we do the same on every frame. And now we export it again, but only as a new sprite sheet. Output file. Okay, then now this should be centered correctly. Yeah. And else here, we play the animation. Now probably all the enemies should have this animation. So not having it on the base entity is probably not a good idea, but for a project is small, it will probably be fine. But that's something I have to keep in mind for future projects. Mission finish. And then we delete it. Okay, let's see if it works now. Okay, perfect. And same for the other enemy. Maybe it should be faster. Yeah, that's much better. I just noticed a small issue. The last attack hit the bots still remains one more frame, so the enemy gets hit twice by that attack. Maybe I should keep that. Okay, in any case. Now here comes the issue. Do we make a new script that will inherit from the enemy to handle the AI of the knight? Or do we make another script separate that will handle that instead? It's its own component. Because both ways should work fine, but if we had lots of enemies, then that could become an issue. Now in the past I have always done it in the first way, by making the new script and will inherit from the enemy class. So maybe this time I would like to try the other method, to instead delegate the AI handling to another script. So let's see where we can save that. Maybe here on the enemy folder. And if we have an attack, if we move to past the player, and when it's in range, it will attack. And once the attack is done, it will go back to the move state. A pretty basic loop. Now we go back to the AI here. We actually, to be able to instantiate it, we need to make it its own class. So we call it like this. That way when we create the instance and we assign it to the enemy, if we know its type. And probably on the case we will benefit from having this information. So we'll put this here. Okay, now here's the main. What will be the word? But here's what we call the textual logic. But how do we call this? Because it is that here in the enemy, on its process function, is if we call it function on the AI to calculate something. But how should we call this? I can't believe I'm stuck trying to think of a name for a function like this. It cannot be processed because Godot already uses that naming. So what else can it be? And actually this should be in every class, so I guess we can call it like this. Okay, and here we say follow state. It's in range. Attack. And I guess here we can make it to hold the state. Because here the logic will be much more simple than the previous, so we can afford to have it in its as a variable. So we call it like this. Okay, player attack. else move closer. Context is moved, then we need to type the distance to the player as a variable. Actually, that could be an export variable. So here we say distance to the anywhere position. If the distance is less or equal than the range, then we attack. So I guess here we call it current state attack. Hello Dr. Rosen, what's up? They will decide to work on this game. It's a, let's call it a Surapos clone based on another project made by another developer. Let me find the link first. So this is the original game. It's a simple side scroller that also offers the assets for free for anyone to use. So I decided to use them to make a side scrolling Surapos clone, which is not very common. Usually they are top view. So far I'm working on making the basics for the side scrolling and then adding the survivor mechanics, which for now seems to be going fine. But yeah, that was the game they will pick. The others were a classic JRPG, a And here I will give it the direction. Okay, now we do like that. And we should be here on the weight. Because what if the enemy gets defeated? Maybe we can move these to the area component. We'll finish, and if the enemy is still in the attack state, let us recover the first part of the move set. So if the player is in attack range, then we move closer. So we say move component velocity, enemy set component, speed times the direction we should be. Now another problem. How do we tell the attack in which direction should we face? Because we cannot add the variable on the animation player. So then where? Now it can have in velocity. I see, we change that here. So I guess for the night, we will have a variable. Facing direction. And I guess we can call it set it as one when it gets created, just in case it breaks later on. So it's 1. and now let's delete one of these. And see, this night we move towards the player. Actually, I just remember that it won't because we never assigned the AI. Oh, never mind, we can. And now we export these updated spreadsheets. And now should be fixed. Okay. Now, unless I'm forgetting something, now the AI should work. I did forget something. I never assigned the AI to the enemy. So here on the script, we need reference to the AI. So And here on the process function is where we call it to get executed. So if we catch an enemy AI, we call that. I was thinking that maybe when the enemy gets hit while attacking, instead of changing to the hit animation, it could still try doing the attack, but the life will still be reduced. Which will be in here. Which will end here. And yeah, here. Okay. And now we have the enemy AI if there is any. So here on the night, we instantiate that one, and we will set the range to 64 pixels, just for testing purposes. Okay, now this should work, at least hopefully. Let's see in what way it will crash. Oh no, it's working. However, we never assigned the player and the enemy parameters. So here, if there is an enemy AI, we say the player that's the issue. How do we assign the player? Unless we can make a group for that. We get the player node and then assign it. Okay, now this should work. Never mind. Alright, because we never assigned this state. And now it's moving very slowly. Right, I mean, we change the facing direction. And so since we are at it, we can increase the speed of the enemy. The direction is less than 0. Okay. Okay, let's read this range to 48 needs to be the real distance. We could also add the move animation as well. One, two, three, four. It will loop. Maybe that's too fast. Okay, Esther, what's up? Yeah, that was the intent at first, trying to remake the project because that original link was in Game Maker. So I'm trying to redo this project in Godot, but also I'm trying to expand the game because the original one is a basic scholar survival, but I would like to add, aside from that, I would like to give it some vampire survival mechanics, like be able to gain experience, level up, increase stats, add new abilities, that kind of thing. So once I have the basics for the combat, like the enemy AIs, the spawning and all of that, then I will add the rest of the features. So that it's not just move and attack, you also have those skill management mechanics like survival clones usually have. Thank you. Actually, now that you mention it, depending on the will, I don't know if I work on this game next week as well, because the fact that I'm working on this project today was because of that. So this is less like a long-term serious project, and more something I'm working on this side to not get burned out from working only on the pinball. So that's how I will take this project and all the others. Okay, the AI seems to work. When I get close enough, it will attack. Now maybe we could add a cooldown timer so that it doesn't attack immediately as soon as the attack is over. So I think we can make that here. We can make cooldown timer. And we make it null. So now if the player is in range and we don't have a timer, the timer is null. Timer is now once the animation is finished and we're still on the attack state, then we create a timer. So we'll say cooldown timer. New, and we add it to the node. And then we start it. Alright, goes like this. Okay, now here on the night, with the eye, we give it a cooldown of 1 second. So 1 second after the attack is done, it's when you can attack again. 1. Alright, we never mess up with the timeout signal. So we say timeout. Run, and then what we do is we will give the timer. Okay, now we check, we wait 1 second, and there we go. Maybe making the enemy's AI in this way could be useful, and have to worry about making some nodes on the base enemy that will crowd it too quickly. We can delegate all of that to its own class. That could be useful for future games. Now it can move and attack, but we need to do something to handle the damage. So maybe for now, just for debugging sake, we will give it a level to know how much HP it has. Okay, process. Wait, that will be hero life. I see. So it registers the first hit, but it doesn't do it after that. So that should be handled here. Because some enemies might be able to still continue attacking while getting hit. But should that be a common feature for all the enemies, or only according depending to the AI? Maybe that could be a toggle we can set that it can be knocked back or not. It will be could be like that. Now, if you can knock back, else we just flash the enemy. So that will be we will change the sprite modulate. It's a matter of maybe 0.2. Okay, like that. Here on the knockback, we could save the previous state of the enemy had. So that will be something like clear that, and once that's done, if we cannot back and it had an enemy AI, we return the state. I should be up here. Okay, hopefully that will make a bit more sense. Because now I'm starting to worry that just the act of getting hit by the enemy, to the enemy, is this whole chunk of code. Hopefully this will not get more complex later on. Yeah, that works. The enemy continues the attack. But I see, I know why. If the current stay smooth, they can knock back. It is false. Otherwise, it can. There we go. I think that's all for the basic enemy knight. It can move, it can attack, and it gets knocked back. Idle walk, stun, attack, attack. Yeah, I think that's all. Either move, attack, hit, and die. Yep. So that should be all for the basic enemy. Now I think we can try making an enemy spawner. So for that, where should that be? Okay, maybe first we need some walls around the game area. Okay, wall, and we'll detect the player and enemy. But it will have unique collision shapes. Because there will be one-way collision, meaning that they will pass through from one side only. Okay, and here on timeout, we create an instance of the enemy. And the position, wait, first, I think it was the other way around, like this. Yeah, and here we pick one at random. And also we need a spawn scene. Okay, so we create it, we position it, and then we add it to the scene tree. Okay, and now if you go to the spawner, we look for the night. We add it to the game scene, and let's say every 3 seconds. And for now, let's start it immediately. Later on, when we have a script for the game scene, that's when we start the spawner. And later on, the spawner will be more complex. So we have, instead of just one enemy scene, we will have enemy waves that we will read and will spawn enemies according to that. Okay, now with that, spawner, Okay, that should be all. My bad. I forgot to set the markers. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There's one. It seems to work. We have an infinite wave of one type of enemy. I see this. They're still moving in some cases. So I guess for that, should be here on the enemy. The components, velocity. Okay, just in case. Actually, I would like to make the nights a bit faster. Okay, so first of all, we have pretty much a basic flow for the game. we have enemies that spawn, the player can hit them and they get defeated. Now, since we're already at 3 hours, I would like to do just 2 more things before calling it for the day, which will be that the enemies can hit the player, nothing about the life yet, only that the player gets hit, and that the roll will disable the hurt boxes for the player. So first, I'll disable the spawner, and we'll just leave one enemy instance here. Okay, let's see if he creates it. No. And why is that? Ah, wait, I know why. I always forget to rename this shape. Okay, perfect. Now the enemy can attack. Now we just need to have the player be able to receive that hit. And we did that. Like this. We just need to create a hurt box. And should it be the same size or smaller? Yeah, probably the same size. Will do fine. Now this one will be player Herberts. Okay, and now just like the enemy, it will react to the collision. So we have to add the component as a reference. But okay, and we should move this logic to the state here. Reference, we should also remove any hitbox that the player created. And what else? Right. We disable the hardbots. We don't know anything about life, so we'll add that. In the life, here's a knockback. And now here's the thing, how do we maybe it should be on the hit state. Once the animation is finished, here we will change to the defeated state. And this here is every time we go back to we finish the hit state, we go back to the adult state. Here's where we should no, wait, that's already done, so that's not necessary. Actually, this won't be necessary because the state already has that. But how do we fix that? Maybe this? Because actually, now that I think about it, yeah, the last direction never gets updated. So what should happen instead is when we get hit, controller, last direction. This or not. No, that's not it. Okay, nothing, it seems to work. But if I go back to the side, okay, now I think it works. If we get hit on the back, it will fix the last direction so that it changes to face the enemy instead. Okay, and I think that's all we have for now, which is actually quite a lot, because now we have a functional fighting system of sorts. Oh, interesting. It defaults to nothing. Now, where is that happening? Really nowhere. That's weird. Because if I remember correctly, the issue seemed to happen after I attack the enemy, so when he gets hit, hits where the issue starts. Could it be that it's not assigning the previous state correctly? I wonder if that will work. We'll actually just as a file save. Let's set it like that. So if it has an AI and the previous state isn't null, okay, that should do the trick. Now, even if they get stuck, they will default to the idle state or the move state. Oh, that's weird. They didn't collide with each other. Okay, I think that's solved the issue. Now we have the actual working system. And I think that's a good stopping point. I'll make sure to record a small gameplay of this later on after the stream is over. But yeah, before we close everything, let me see if there was anyone to raid. Just 1 second. I'd like to thank everyone who stopped by to watch, comment, lurk, and also thanks to anyone who was with the raid. Let's see. No, not today, sorry. So yeah, you're free to go wherever you want, scatter around. And I will see you tomorrow for the pinball project, where we continue working on the skills for the player. So hopefully that one will be fun to work as well. But overall, yeah, I will say it was fun doing this random coding. So I guess you can look forward to it next week as well. Maybe we'll go back to this, maybe we go work on another project, we'll see. So yeah, once again, thank everyone, until tomorrow.